Thanks and welcome to join us on the 6:15 bar English News. I'm Kejang Henry Atembe, rundown of our top stories. And of course, students of public schools across Cameroon on rampage as teachers continue an indefinite strike action for the payment of their dues. And women brace up for the International Women's Day with a call for gender equality today for a sustainable development. And the National Union for Democracy and Progress reconfirms Bello Buba Maigari as the chairperson of one of Cameroon's oldest political parties. Bello Buba Maigari was propelled to the helm of the party during last weekend's convention. Those were our top stories. In a split second, we are having the news. You're welcome back, and if you are joining us, this is the 6:15 English News on Canal International. I'm Kejang Henry Atembe. You can equally get us on our social media platform, Canal International, at the Facebook, as well as on our YouTube platform. Now, like you got in the top story, some secondary school students in Cameroon's economic capital, precisely at the Douala 4 municipality, have gone on rampage. They went on rampage this morning in solidarity with their teachers. The students are demanding a quick return of their teachers to classroom, and of course asking the government to make sure they look for a fast solution to the problems. The teachers are on strike and it's spanning 3 weeks today. Details with Regina Leketandek.
Pay our teachers, enough is enough. The students of Government Bilingual High School Mabanda chanted as they marched in solidarity with their teachers who have been on strike in an operation dubbed Cremord, Death Choke. With their placards, the youngsters went through the streets of Douala 4, sending a clear message: they need an education, and with protesting teachers, this cannot be possible. According to reports, the students marching are drawn from 2 different secondary schools, notably the Lycée Bonasama and Lycée Mabanda, all in the Douala 4 municipality. Here at the Lycée Bonasama, the students who were blocked at the gate first opened the gate to join their peers in striking. The students are said to be heading to the divisional officer of Douala 4 to make their voices heard.
Well, thanks very much, Regina Leke Thandak. And of course, the strike action has been persistent, and the government too is very much reticent in trying to address the problems of the teachers. Now, the secondary school teachers are saying that they will not go to classroom if the government does not answer the questions. Titles in the following report with Sharifa Saleh.
Secondary school teachers who are on strike for 3 weeks rolling have said they will not go back to class unless the government meets with their demands.
Till this point, government has done no efforts to look into our situation with immediate effects, the different challenges we had listed out. I would like to recall that our claims were listed in a letter addressed to the head of government, but till date, no official communique has been done to permit us have concrete resolutions.
They are persistently angry on government's reticence to address their problem with utmost urgency.
The strike is at its 3rd week now. Until today, nothing concrete has been done to quench the situation. They have been organizing unfruitful meetings. That's why we hold on firm, and we shall adopt other strategies to attract the state's attention.
Parce que nous allons dans les jours qui suivent adopter d'autres stratégies qui vont nous permettre de contraindre l'État.
Some of the teachers have gone for more than 2 decades with accumulated arrears and without advancement. Speaking with the teachers under the organization OTS, some teachers confirmed most of their colleagues have died out of frustration.
Thanks very much. That was Stephanie Chin reporting there, and North Saleh Sharifa. And our reporter Emmanuel Bivrika and Micah Kipcho were at Bonaberry, that is at the Douala 4 district, and I spoke to some of these students who actually expressed indignation on the absence of teachers in classrooms.
If we don't go to school, what will happen to us? We want that they should pay our teachers. They say that we will not write exam. How? Because they're not paying our teachers. They should pay our teachers. We are angry. If they don't pay our teachers, it will be another thing.
We are not be attending classes. This morning we came to school to write our exam. When we reached in school, the teacher said they are not giving us an exam. So where we are now, we are not supposed to write an exam. But the other schools that are just like us are writing their exam. Especially, we went to Bonasama. They wanted to write their exam. As they saw that we are striking, they stopped. We are now in Bonaberry like this. We want to enter inside their school. They are refusing. So we will force and enter their school so that we should sit with them and write their exam. If we write our exam, all of us, then okay.
Students of the government's bilingual high school Mabanda, that is in Douala, expressed indignation there on the absence of teachers on campus. And now we talk something different. This time, Women's Day celebration, and in line with the Women's Day celebration, we are celebrating what is known as an exceptional joy following the delivery of a baby boy and a baby girl. That is a set of twins at the Yaoundé Gynecological Endoscopic and Human Reproductive Teaching Hospital, Crashed. That was followed for us by our Yaoundé Bureau Chief Correspondent, Beatrice Ngamo.
7th March, at exactly 41 minutes after 8 a.m., this 58-year-old woman heard the cries of her own baby for the first time in her life. A baby girl weighing 2.6 kilograms. Fruits of 30 years of trying, failures, difficulties, 4 surgeries. She and husband never gave up, even after the situation last 2 years.
The pregnancy stopped. So we have to remove that pregnancy, that you are close to the objective, to your aim, and you don't have the results. They were so shocked. I said, okay, don't worry, let's continue again. They came with trying 2 years, and she got pregnant again.
The second woman had a 2.5 kilogram baby boy later at 45 minutes after 9 a.m. Her husband had the privilege to cut the umbilical cord.
Quelle joie! Avec beaucoup de joie et beaucoup d'émotion pour couper ce ruban qui matérialise en fait le bébé de la vie.
Happy mothers whose bundles of joy carries them into the International Women's Day celebration. 2 more babies delivered at the Yaoundé Fertility Hospital.
The number of delivery of IVF we have now is 298. The objective of 300 baby born through in vitro fertilization, achieve this objective very soon.
Endoscopic surgery and in vitro fertilization fully achieved here at this fertility hospital, offered by the First Lady to couples in search of babies. Their next area to develop will be gynecological cancer. Their deliveries add to Cliquez activities in line with the International Women's Day, launched last Monday. Include sports work, educative talks, and free cancer screening. Some 1,000 women were screened on cervical and breast cancer.
We say congratulations to the mothers of those babies. And it's always said, for any child born, it's a continuation of a family. And ahead of the 37th edition of the International Women's Day celebrations, the female personnel of the Transport Department of the Littoral Region have actually embarked on what is known as a sensitization campaign to make sure they preach safety to some of these travel agencies. Now, the campaign falls in line with this year's theme of the celebration, as report Sharifa Saleh.
As the countdown to the 37th edition of the International Women's Day narrows, women of the Transport Department of the Littoral Region of Cameroon embark on the journey to sensitize travel agencies on road safety.
To sensitize all the passengers, especially for them to wear your face mask to make sure the driver does not run excessively. He has to run on a normal, yes. So that's what we are out to do outside today. We have come to discover that so many passengers neglect their face masks. According to them, the epidemic is finished. So we are here to tell them that it's not yet over.
The activity is organized on the sidelines of the theme of this year's celebration, which is gender equality, today for a sustainable tomorrow. People's life will be saved if road safety measures are fully applied.
We want to make sure that each and every person is safe. Concerning, since as we are in transport, we want to make sure that each and every person is safe. We want to reduce the number of accidents happening on the roads.
This year's International Women's Day falls on a Tuesday, a symbolic day dedicated to women. As these women say, the journey is still long and more needs to be done.
Sally reported there, and in prelude to the International Women's Day celebration that is coming up on the 8th of March, women entrepreneurs gathered in Yaoundé to reflect on the plight of women entrepreneurs, and of course they are talking about the empowerment of women economically. Hyacinth Chia reports from our Yaoundé bureau.
There are over 300 girls and women seeking to gain entrepreneurial skills. The 2 days training to impact and empower the leaders become self-sustainable through the production of various products.
Bathing soap production, we have liquid soap production, we have body oil, body lotion production, we have beaded sandal production, we have who's an entrepreneur, how to start up a business, we have how to build a team, how to write a good business plan, how to seek for funds for your business.
The entrepreneurs who have battled with life difficulties challenge the women to rise up and make themselves women of substance.
I thought I should also train other widows like me and orphans so that all of us can move together to alleviate poverty out of us. Widows are advised we don't need to sit down and be crying because you've lost a husband. Go out there and do something to earn a living, to help yourself, to help children. When you are occupied helping yourself and your children and your family, men will not come near to you anyhow. Men will not talk to you anyhow. You'll be respectful in the society. I want other widows to get up like me and work so that they can help their family and their children.
Words of encouragement re-echoed by the Minister of Social Affairs, Pauline Irengeni, while presiding over the opening of the training forum.
I call on all you trainees to use the knowledge that will be given to you from you trainers to act like good ambassadors in your various communities with the aim of transforming and empowering yourselves and other vulnerable groups.
The young girls equally urged to constitute themselves into common initiative groups, build projects and seek government fundings.
Reporting there in politics, the National Union for Democracy and Progress, the UNDP, has actually reconfirmed Bello Buba Maigari as the chairperson of one of Cameroon's oldest political parties. Now, Bello Buba Maigari was propelled to the pinnacle of the party at last weekend's Congress or convention. Details in the following report.
Officials of the different political parties invited during the opening of the 7th Ordinary Congress of the National Union for Democracy and Progress Party was also opportunity to address the militants of the party. Occasion to not only talk about their parties, but the ideas that will help other political parties grow and the country to develop. Stage for another kind of ambience. First, Gregoire Oona of the ruling CPDM party, who says all is not perfect, but things have changed positively in our country. They will stop at nothing to continue ensuring implementation of the appropriate policies adapted to legitimate expectations of the citizens. When Maurice Kamto of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement walked to the rostrum, the applause was great. The MRC party scribe used the opportunity to talk about his fellow comrades detained for demanding peace in the northwest and southwest regions. He said, they are all brothers and sisters who are living there. Young Cameroonians military of 25 years and below who are there, just after training. A reformed Cameroonian electoral system is their cry, the cry that has ended many of its militants and scribes in detention. And Jean de Dieu Momo of Padek Party, the minister delegate at the Ministry of Justice, turned one of a kind of humiliation. The who sound has nothing to disturb his passing his message. Isa Chiroma Bakari of the National Salvation Front, so too Bapo Lipont UPC Wing, CDU Tomanyo Namjoya, and SDF Lionel Kungaba, just to name these, were also part of the speakers of the day. A day to digest and understand the parts of many political parties in the country. Some saluted, some hushed, but all to the development of Cameroon.
That report there by Beatrice Ngamo brings us to the end of this news, in which you got information of that women will be celebrating the day tomorrow, and of course that some babies were born at the eve of Women's Day celebrations, putting smiles on the faces of some families. I've been Kejang Henry Atembe, thanking you for keeping the faith with us on the 6:15 p.m. news on Canal International. From all of us, it's goodbye.